that. I get it. You give these people a platform, but what I do is work with professionals who actually do investigate these people and know what they are up to and why they attack. So it's going to be beautifully empowering for all of your viewers to start learning how to discern truth from fiction out there online. What do the pros do in the intelligence community and the federal law enforcement community? How do we determine a legitimate and helpful source from one that's fake? Research the initial source, not whether or not a friend of mine posted it on social media, but who's the source that actually put that out? Who's got an axe to grind against Dave Nino Rodriguez, and what's their motive and what's their integrity? What's the integrity of that initial source? That's what you need to know to kind of understand why the information was put out in the first place. With that is the personal life journey of that source, because we're talking about a person ultimately who put this out. Someone's got to be accountable. And if they're anonymous, well, that paints a whole different story. Why are they not willing to back it and stand up and be accountable for it? That could mean a whole different set of things for different reasons. But what's their personal life's journey? What are their actions? Actions speak louder than words. What does this person, what have they done with their entire life? What do they give their time and energy doing? What do they contribute to? What sacrifices do they make? So where do they spend their time? What's their integrity when they're challenged on the truth? Do they speak the truth even when it costs them something? Or do they roll over and change their tune every time they can make a buck? Do they really mean what they say, and have they stood behind it? Do they have a typical character throughout their life journey? Then you can understand pretty much who somebody is. People don't waste their entire life doing something that they don't believe in. So, and then again, the results, the Bible says you'll know them by their fruit. What are the results of their behavior? Like with Vets for Child Rescue, people say, oh, you're a fake, blah, 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 blah. No, we've got real convictions. So then what's their accuracy of their intel product over time? So Dave, let's say you're asking somebody a neighborhood watch, and they're watching over your house, and they're like, hey, I saw, pirates trying to break into your house, and you go and check your security camera, and there's no pirates. And you're like, you got a 0 accuracy rating. But what if they started telling you, hey, I saw, a surveillance van parked in front of your house, and I got them on video, and I ran the plate, and you're like, oh, and you checked it, and sure enough, that was true. And it actually led to something. And what if they did that 10 or 15 times with 100% accuracy rating? Well, there's a reliable source. You can go, okay, well, their accuracy rating is whatever percentage of what they've submitted has proven out. If they keep submitting bogus stuff, that's a very low rated source. In the intelligence community, that's how it works. How do they perform? What is the quality of their product over time? With continued stories, you can start to ascertain what level of credibility before you can risk anything on them. So that's helpful for everybody to know. If we're going to be the news now, let's do it intelligently and effectively so that we don't get discredited with fake news. And then you want to corroborate it if you can. From that source, they're putting out something. It may look good or bad, but who else can corroborate their life history, their background, their integrity, and their story? And what is that person's background and integrity? So the more you do that, the more you can verify, okay, this is a solid source, or this is a garbage source. This is a shill just doing clickbait for cash online due to some sort of motive.
Yeah, consider the source. I agree with that.
Yeah, very much so. Who are their enemies? There's another thing. If your enemies are high-level heroes and veterans and people who have actually sacrificed and given a lot, that means one thing. If your enemies are gutter trash, felons, pedophiles, grifters, those who have lawsuits against them, and those who have warrants out for their arrest, who are living as homeless, unemployed grifters, that means the opposite. So you can judge somebody by who their haters are as well, who their enemies are. And in the end, in the court of law, any law enforcement officer's got to, and the judge, depend on the totality of circumstances. Like you say, you listen to it all. That's what my dad as a pastor used to say, chew the meat, spit out the bone.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what all's out there. And that which is proven absolutely false, reject it. That which is proven true, put it in a true basket. And that which is unknown, just leave it aside. But at least you've heard it or seen it, so you know that it's there, and it can either be proven or disproven in time. So it's the totality of the circumstances that's going to give us our best understanding of what is actually true. And with Vets for Child Rescue, I mean, we've had these people, nobody's attacked me and run my name down until I started arresting pedophiles.